44% of today's workforce is female, and many of those women have children. But for all the talk and the studies, adequate child care is often unavailable or unaffordable. In our audience tonight are parents and others involved in the daycare dilemma, and we've got an official of the Reagan administration with us, as well as an expert on child care in California. But first, a look at the lives of 3 working mothers.
Oh my God, I have a lot of work to do.
She's my mother, and I love her so, more than any other. Anywhere I go.
Why?
Do you have a dear mother? Kind of devoted and true.
Most of us want to have fun on the job, and we want to earn money.
Today, more than half the women in this country who have children under 18 are working mothers. Whether they work by choice or out of necessity, one of the biggest obstacles they all face is finding reliable and affordable child care. Joanne Green, Lois Millay, and Jenny Mercado are 3 women who have each faced the challenge of being mothers and breadwinners in their own way.
I'm Joanne Green with close-ups on KFRC. That'll do it.
Joanne Green is a dyed-in-the-wool career woman. Before her son Danny was born, she held down a more than full-time job as public affairs director for radio station KFRC, a job she loved. She and her husband Fred, who also works in radio, own a home in Berkeley, and they'd gotten used to being a 2-income family. You could say she had it all, except that one thing, motherhood.
I always knew I wanted to have a child at some point. The decision was when. And I also always was aware that it would mean it would affect my career. I took about 2.5 months off of maternity leave, and then I came back on a part-time basis. Another few months after that, I began to feel that I wanted to work a little more. And we worked out an arrangement whereby I am running the department again, and however many days it takes me to do that is the amount of days that I'm here. Generally speaking, I'm at the station 3 full days a week.
We have a right to be happy in our work. We certainly have a right to be using our favorite skills.
What this does for me is affords me the opportunity to be with my son 2 full days a week, which I wasn't ready to give up, and I'm still not ready to give up. I didn't consider a daycare center, certainly not for my son's first year, because I feel that at that particular point in life, a child needs more one-on-one. I determined that the best for me, or for us, would be a one-on-one situation at home, so that's what I did.
Through Bananas, a state-funded child care referral service in Berkeley, Joanne found a babysitter. They pay her $4 an hour.
It is, of course, the most expensive kind of child care that's available, and so it's a real luxury to have it. It's because we have the 2 incomes that we can't afford that. There's a part of me that would like to be with him all the time, although that's not realistic. I think to some degree it would be very difficult for a person like me to spend all day, every day with the 14-month-old, despite the fact, of course, that he's the best 14-month-old that's ever walked the face of the earth.
Joanne is fortunate that she's been able to pick and choose her way through the working mother muddle. For the time being, anyway, she has the best of both worlds, an ideal daycare situation with someone she trusts, and a stimulating job she loves that doesn't completely take her away from her child.
It's very reasonable that most employers want 100% from their workers. I certainly do when I have someone working for me. The problem is if that worker just so happens to also be a mother, there's this other competing need that occasionally rears its little head. I think a little sensitivity and a little flexibility is an obligation that they have, although I don't see many employers fulfilling that obligation.
Well, see, the problem is I gotta go to work.
Working 9 to 5.